What if the Ten Commandments were never meant to be a list of restrictions, but a gift? What if these ancient words weren't about control, but about freedom, relationship, and life as it was meant to be lived? Given in the wilderness at Mount Sinai, the Ten Commandments reveal not only how humans should live, but who God is. God reveals himself before he gives the law. Before God gives a single commandment, he first reminds the people of who he is. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of slavery. The commandments are not given to enslave people. They are given to people who have already been freed. They reveal a God who rescues first and then teaches how to live free. 1. You shall have no other gods before me. This commandment establishes loyalty and trust. God reveals himself as personal and relational, not one among many powers competing for attention. Human hearts are always devoted to something: wealth, success, power, identity. God says, let it be me, not to dominate, but to guide. 2. You shall not make for yourself a carved image. This commandment protects God's infinite nature. No object, statue, or symbol can contain him. God cannot be controlled, shaped, or reduced to something manageable. This reveals a God who is living, present, and beyond human manipulation. Jesus would come to be that model. 3. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. God's name represents his character. This commandment calls for reverence, integrity, and honesty in how we speak about God and how we represent him through our lives. It reveals a God who cares deeply about truth. 4. Remember the Sabbath day. To keep it holy, God commands rest, not because he needs it, but because humans do. This commandment reveals a God who values wholeness, reflection, and restoration. In a world obsessed with productivity, God says, stop, rest, remember who you are. 5. Honor your father and your mother. This commandment strengthens the foundation of society, the family. It reveals a God who values order, respect, and generational wisdom, recognizing that healthy families build healthy communities. 6. You shall not murder. This commandment affirms the sanctity of human life. Every person matters. Every life is sacred. God reveals himself as the protector of life, forming the moral basis for justice and human dignity. 7. You shall not commit adultery. This commandment protects trust and faithfulness. God values commitment, covenant, and love that endures not because rules matter more than people, but because broken trust causes deep harm. 8. You shall not steal. This commandment establishes respect for others and their labor. It creates a society where trust can flourish, revealing a God who values fairness and responsibility. 9. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Truth is the foundation of justice. This commandment reveals a God who values honesty, accountability, and integrity, especially in relationships and community life. 10. You shall not covet. This final commandment reaches the heart. It warns against envy, the quiet poison that destroys contentment. God reveals himself as a provider who desires his people to live in gratitude, peace, and freedom from comparison. The Ten Commandments form the backbone of moral law and social trust. They create a framework where life is protected, families are strengthened, truth is honored, justice is possible. In a world facing corruption, injustice, and broken trust, these commandments remain deeply relevant. They don't just tell us what's wrong, they show us what life looks like when love, respect, and responsibility guide human behavior. The Ten Commandments reveal a God who is holy, yet near, powerful, yet caring, just, yet compassionate. They are not chains, they are guideposts, not a burden but a blueprint for freedom. And when lived with humility and love, they still have the power to shape hearts, restore communities, and point humanity back to God. If this message helped you see the 10 Commandments in a new way, please like this video, subscribe to Faithful Storybook, and share it with someone who's searching for truth and meaning today. Because God's wisdom never grows old, and His guidance still leads to life.